Hey YouTube, just showing my Blackwing deck again after quite a few updates from the March ban list, and yeah, just like showing my collection of these fancy little birds. So let's get to the deck. And then yeah, so I'll be showing the Blackwing deck that I think is alright for the format right now. It still has a lot of little like glitches that need to be fixed, but here we go. One Dark Armed. It's pretty much a card you need for a dark deck, and yeah, it's pretty much just self-explanatory. I'm running 3 Sirocco Dodons. These guys tend to help out most of the time, and then sometimes they don't. So I don't know if I'm going to cut down one of these to 2 or not. So yeah. 3 Shuras, the heart of the deck. The thing that brings out the Vayus, brings out the Kalute, brings out the Gale for tuning, all those essential. And it's going to change when the XYZ comes out, because I tend to use this guy to help with summoning a number 39 Utopia, but that hasn't come out yet. So for now, it's going to remain as the Synchro deck that I've decided to build. 3 Shuras. Shura is one of those quick special summons that the deck has that many other decks don't really have, so this is why I run 3 of them. It gives you piercing, and when comboed with Sirocco, it's actually pretty good. Here's a new card to the deck, Sephiroth. This card is essential because of Blizzard. You can summon Blizzard, special summon any other level 4 in your graveyard, and then you can either bounce back that level 4, or you can bounce back Blizzard and reuse Blizzard's effect, and then potentially tune this guy with, I don't know, potentially a Gale or any other tuner you might run in your deck, because each Blackwing deck might run a Mistral. It might be different. Now the Lone Kalute that everyone's like complaining about, but to be honest with you, it hasn't really affected the deck that much. Kalute is there to just strengthen monsters, make sure that your monsters didn't die and everything, but now just a different, you have to bring new tactics. That's like the game of Yu-Gi-Oh's strategy. And then we have 2 Blizzards. I'm not sure about pumping up to 3, but for now I'll keep it at 2. I've always liked it at 2, and this card is essentially the quick synchro summoner of the deck. You can make anything with it. You can make level 5s, which is just with Kalute and itself, or you can make level 6. We have the Gale, which is the best Blackwing tuner and monster in my opinion. This card can get rid of Xian, Stardust Dragon, everything. That essentially has approximately 2500 attack. 2 Vayu. This card is the Graveyard Synchro Summoner, which allows you to do +1s just by removing it, and either Sirocco, Blackwing, Armed Wing, or an Armor Master to make Silver Wings or more Armored Wings or Armor Masters, which is pretty good. Alright, for right now, I am taking this Kochi. It's actually helped me out a lot by summoning level 8 monsters. Like, I've usually had the trouble of summoning them, because I've only been able to summon it with either a level 5 monster, like Synchro, or Sirocco with a Gale, but now with this I have more options, and you don't have, there's not that much of a problem with special summoning it itself, because you might as well have like a Shura or a Blizzard or something already on the field that's already summoned to level 4, so you just use this to bring it back, to bring it level 8. I run one Effect Veiler for now. I have another one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to run it, the second one. Right now I'm having problems with the number of cards in my deck, so for now I'm just leaving one. Black Whirlwind, the card that just speeds up the deck, thins out the deck, allowing you to use your techs even faster. Since I don't have Pot of Dualities, I run 2 cards for Black Feathers. In my opinion, you don't really need Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality just creates consistency, but with cards for Black Feathers, you can create consistency by thinning out your deck by getting rid of 2 cards in your deck, which could potentially be monsters or spells, and just the way you thin out your deck helps you win the duel. I tech 2 Forbidden Lance because of the Kalute disappearance, and because a lot of people are running Deep Prison, Dark Hole, and everything, you use this, and this would be the it's one of the ultimate techs that you can use against it. It's a quick spell, and you can just prevent your monsters from dying, and or you can use it to weaken your opponent's monsters, so you can destroy them with Shura and getting +1s from everything. Allure of Darkness, just draw, thin out the deck. 2 MST for Spell Trap Destruction. A Monster Reborn to create plays for yourself, or to get your opponent's monsters onto your field and using them for your advantage. So if you destroyed a Shien with your Gale, you can Monster Reborn this and abuse their Shien without having to run any 6 Samurais or Warrior Tuners. A Dark Core for cleaning out the field. Giant Trunade just to make sure that you can push your games, or getting rid of any pesky spell traps that you have. Book of the Moon for defensive plays. You can use this either to protect your monsters or to ensure that you destroy one of your opponent's monsters through chain links, and making it in a way that your Shura can get potential pluses, or you can use Armed Wing or to get rid of monsters and push for damage as well. Delta Crow is used to for protective means. Your opponent could set like a lot of spells and traps. You could use this to get rid of their spell traps by simply just activating it, and you can get +2s, +3s just from it. 2 Icarus attacks for destruction plays, getting rid of any monsters on the field, preventing your opponent from activating spells or traps, effects, getting rid of synchrony, and lots of things. This card is really good. No matter whether it was a 3 or 2, this card is still good. A Royal Oppression. I'm not sure about taking this out, but to putting another effect Veiler, but for now this is pretty good because Blackwings aren't hurt from the special summoning, because Shura bypasses this, and you can bypass it with Blizzard as long as you have a Black Whirlwind, or you can activate Forbidden Lance, preventing its destruction, so that's pretty good. Oh, and this card, Blackwing Sephiroth the Elite bypasses it by returning one of your spell traps to your hand. So this card is pretty good in this deck. It just depends on how I'm going to play it, but for now I'm just going to keep it in here. 1 Mirror Force for defensive purposes. I might run a Torrential Tribute over this. Just need to try it out. 2 black holes, 2 bottomless trap holes for more defensive and offensive plays. Use this to get rid of their opponent's monsters, or force them to activate effects to get rid of them, where you can actually use this card to Seven-Tilted the Bandit to get rid of their plays. So you use force them to activate their spells or traps, or get rid of their opponent's monsters. And then this card just defensive plays, making sure that you don't lose your monsters, or making sure your opponent loses their monsters. Solemn Judgment is just there to negate anything that you potentially might have problems with, and it doesn't really cause any much of a problem. 2 Solemn Warnings for the spell trap monster special summoning, to make sure your opponent doesn't get anything on the field. This Blackwing deck, the one that I have right now, is more of a control based deck, and yeah. I'm just gonna show my extra deck. This card is, I have like 16 cards in here, but I'm going to get rid of stuff. This is potentially going to get out. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Colossal Fighter, it's pretty good. Stardust Dragons, self-explanatory. It's always one of those monsters that just your opponent might have problem getting rid of. This is just for beat stick. I never use Black Rose Dragon, but when I do, it's just for nuking purposes. And this is for a field spell, so it's gonna be like against the fairy deck that's coming out, or all the Gravekeeper decks. The decks are just run field spell. Just get the +1 from this, and you can also special summon with this, so it would help as well. Bryonic, pretty self-explanatory. The bouncer and the protector of your cards. Magical Android is used to just a beat stick and gain life points in the same process. Gaia Knight is used to replace Goyo Guardian that we lost. Even though Blackwings never needed it, it's just a level 6 to have apart from Armed Wing, and has 26, so it's a beat stick. Silverwind, never really, you can't really summon it anymore now because of the loss of what you had from level 3s, and like having 2 colludes now, so it's kind of hard too. 2 armor masters used for protective purposes or to getting +1s from Vaus, and same thing goes for armed wings. And then I have this Vortex, which is probably going to be replaced with Tech Genius Cyber Librarian, a Hyper Librarian, because this I never use this. I never get the +1 from it, so it's kind of meaningless. This is my side deck, which is pretty bad right now. I'm still trying to figure out things. Just some things in here are things that I want to run in my deck. Dimensional Prison, self-explanatory, protective against Stardust, all other monsters that you don't want to destroy your monsters. Spirit Reaper, I kind of want to run this, but not sure. 2 DD Curl for graveyard defense. Kinetic Soldiers against the 6 Sams that everyone thinks are like broken when they're not. My Body Shield is probably going to take that out. Stardust Road, Starlight Road. I like this card. It's pretty good. You can even use it against yourself if you need that +1 from Stardust. Even though you'd be negating, you probably just get like a 1-for-1 thing. 2 Compulsories, which is actually defensive and offensive card. You can use this to protect your monsters, and you use these to get rid of your opponent's monsters or force your opponent to use other cards to make sure that their monsters don't get removed. And then Nobleman of the Crossed Out, which is used to get rid of all those face-down monsters your opponent might run, and yes, potentially also getting rid of your opponent's in-deck cards. Legendary Jujutsu Master. I'm probably gonna get rid of this. I just don't know. I haven't been playing, so I don't really know what I need for the side deck to actually make it good. And then these 2 cards are amazing. I just don't know how to put them in my deck. Gen X Ally Crusher. Gen X Ally Crusher. You use this, you set it face down, your opponent attacks it, has 2000 base defense. Your opponent, most cards in this format can't really get over that, so this would just stay on the field, and then next turn you summon another dark monster, and you get rid of another monster, and your opponent most likely will target this over your Blackwings because they want to get rid of the +1s that this monster creates. If your opponent doesn't get rid of it quickly, then there's just going to be more destruction after more destruction, and they're not going to target the Blackwing summons for, I guess, Black Whirlwind or for Shura's summoning, because this card will automatically but if the summon successful, it would destroy their monsters. So it's pretty good. I might run Gilby when the XYZ comes out, because I'm seeing some potential in some of the cards that are coming out, and I want to make sure that I can use the level 3 ones, because the only level 3s I really have in this deck are Kalut and Gale, and by running this I have a defensive wall that I can use, like kind of like a mini not +1 Gale, not Gale, Gores, but I would like to use this as it has 1600 defense, which is pretty reasonable overall, and if this card is used, I'd probably have it like this next turn, either summon a level 3 assuming I have one, and then overlay them for Revised Dragon or any other level 3s that are coming out, like the Number series. The Number series seems like they're getting more promising with number 10 and number 20 that recently got revealed, and I just want to use them. And I would probably have room with this side deck, this extra deck, because there's some stuff that I don't even use. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. I plan to also make other decks, just like I'm having problems with technical problems in the deck with field presence or too much field presence. So yeah, peace.